Hello and welcome to an art and chat video, but it's a special one because I have a special guest, Michał, and I'm looking deep into your eyes as I say this. This is weird.
Why is that weird? Hello.
Because I've never seen you. Your eyes are blue?
Oh, that's, yeah, they are.
In the words of Lily Hayes, blue eyes, no brains.
It's nice. How do you do? Okay.
For those of you who don't know, because we just started talking like people know what the fuck's going on, I am answering some questions today, artist questions and couple questions, because, you know, we're those kinds of people, with my partner, Michał.
Why am I here again?
Are you okay?
Yes, always okay. Excellent, never better.
Excellent, never better. So, Michał, on any given day, if you ask him how he is, and if you work with him, hi Michał, how are you today?
Fantastic. This is the best day of my life. I'm like excellent, never better.
So that is absolutely sarcastic. And if I worked with you, I would be like, either I love you or I hate you. But apparently I've heard people's reactions. I listen, you know, as you talk into your work. They fucking love when you do that.
I don't think as much they love it. I think they just really thrown off that, you know, they don't get that because normally they get like, fine, and how are you? Or something like this. So it's kind of catching them off guard, I guess.
Okay. Our first question, which I think is the best one to probably start this, is from Hanna K. Draws. So Hanna is Polish and she stays in the UK. She's the one that sent me that cute sticker with the dog and postcard. Yeah. So Hanna asks, how did you two meet? And she said, like, don't feel like, you know, you have to answer. She's just really curious.
We just met this morning.
How do you do?
Fantastic, excellent, never better. How are you? Okay, so tell me, how did you meet me? And I will tell you how I met you.
Well, I hope it's the same way, dingo. We worked together and we became friends and we were really good friends. I had never met a person like Michał before who was so funny, so intelligent, so like all of the qualities I never thought I would find in a person, they were there. And he liked the same music that I did. Then we became friends, like out of work. We would send each other emails and it was just like, it was a lot of communication, but it wasn't anything, I would say, untoward. I mean, I would flirt with him because I was a big flirt at that age. But Michał was very like, fine, how are you? Excellent.
Always unaware of everything.
So when I saw a picture of Michał, I was like, oh my God, this guy is absolutely gorgeous. There is no way in heaven or hell that he can be so handsome, so interesting, like all of these things that I like and not like have a girlfriend. And one day I just said to him, like, do you have a girlfriend? And he just said, no. I was like, oh my God, can you please just like expand on what I've asked you? I don't know. I don't know how the rest is history.
I guess the rest is history, yeah. I remember when I got the mail, the first mail I got from you, and it was like, wow, my surname is really short, like super short. It's just 3 letters. And then I think so far it's been the longest surname that I saw. That you sent me. It was quite difficult to read at first before I learned it. And that's an interesting name. So like the person with the shortest name and the person with the longest name I saw in this company so far. And then like, I thought we had a really good work cooperation.
Oh yeah,
and
definitely.
Then,
you saved my ass a few times, actually.
There you go. And then like you say, and then we started talking more and more and somehow started visiting each other, right?
Yeah. I mean, am I going to tell? The first time I saw Michał's, he was the first person that mailed me in this new position that I was in, which just felt so life-changing because I was so depressed in that job that I had. I'm not a salesperson, and I was a salesperson for so many years. It was like draining my ass. And he was the first mail, and my heart, I don't know if it was because it was the first mail or because it was him, but my heart just jumped and exploded. I didn't even know if it was a man or a woman. So I don't know if I can say that it was because it was you or because I was just so excited, but I will never forget that feeling. And I've been having that feeling ever since. Like getting your mails for the first time, meeting you for the first time, like all my firsts, but even not my firsts are like that. When I get awareness of the situation and that we're in a relationship, it really, I feel like that again.
Right.
Anyway, we started meeting each other. We were definitely in love before we met each other. We were so nervous. I was scared that he was going to think I was a killer. And were you scared that I was thinking you were a killer?
No, I was not scared of that.
Okay, well, I was just generally scared at some points that maybe like you had some secret family or something, but...
Secret family?
Yeah, like, when I came here, my family were really afraid. They like, just don't be in public spaces, don't go anywhere secret. But when I met you, it really went away. And our relationship was very easy because what I learned from Michał is that there's no point in playing games. And I think that's why we worked so well together. Michał says what he means. And when he doesn't understand, he says, I don't understand. I don't know. And it's very difficult sometimes to be with somebody that is just sometimes like so open and honest when we've always been taught to just say, I'm fine, or, not explain ourselves. I still struggle with that.
Who taught you that exactly?
The world, man.
As in?
I would say popular culture.
Right.
Oh, my wife is moody again. I asked her what's wrong. She just said it's fine. But also, like, we get taught to, like, as women, I think.
That's a very specific angle of the popular culture. Okay.
No, but like as women, it's... If I'm angry, it's a really unattractive quality for me to express or talk about,
Right, yes.
And there's also a bit like, who are you to be angry at your husband or your partner kind of vibe? He works so hard in the field all day and you're upset that he didn't wash some dishes. It's that kind of vibe. Sometimes also saying more than I'm fine is a very vulnerable thing. Mm-hmm. Like for me, I think now with what it comes down to is sometimes when I'm upset and I close down, it feels very vulnerable for me to talk about what's happening, or I don't fully know how to articulate it with you. And I think because at the end of the day, you and I are two different native speakers. Sometimes, I think you've noticed it too, we do have some communication problems where something means something totally different to me than you.
Yes, for sure.
Do you concur though? Is that how we met?
Yes. I agree. This is more or less how we met. 80% true.
Okay, well, what's the missing 20?
No, you're absolutely... That was absolutely correct.
Okay, that was long. How long have we been talking for?
I got hungry.
Hanna also asked, what makes you happy? I don't know if she means both of us or just you or just me.
Oh, probably you. I'm just...
Well,
I'm
she also said,
here,
like,
right?
besides art, well, what makes you happy?
What makes me happy?
Yeah.
I'm happy when you're happy, Felix is happy, then it kind of is like a peaceful moment for me.
Mm-hmm.
What makes me happy? It's difficult to say, actually. Sometimes just like a good book, maybe, or like a good movie. It's like a moment of respite. That's what makes me happy, I guess.
Okay.
Moments of silence, as in nature, for example. I'm happy when we are like, when we have a nice dinner together, for example.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, he's also, of course, Felix is also sitting with us somewhere, but like we're having a nice time and nice food and no stress. That's a nice moment.
That's really nice.
It is.
I would say it's the same for me. Of course, also when I'm doing art, but I think I learned this from you as well, about these small moments that kind of expand when you look into them. Like this eating a bonbon, that's an entire experience. And it's from that movie you like. Emily, Amélie,
the French one.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, okay, cool. I'm happy when I'm with you. Am I making you shy?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Potentially billions of people can hear that, so...
Billions. Get out of here. So,
yeah, what? What you're gonna say? What? Get out of here?
Grandpa.
Grandpa. Okay.
So artist Amanda Millar, you know Amanda Millar, the one with...
I do know Amanda Millar. I saw some of her videos. I really enjoy those, especially the voice.
Yeah.
When she's talking.
Amanda is a vibe, and I love like that Amanda's vlogs are actually art. Like she sticks to like what she does. It's honestly, I wish that I could make more videos like her.
Remember this video when she was dancing, or
we watched it like 100 times. She was doing stretching.
Yeah, but it was something like when it's cold and you want to stretch.
Yeah, and she had that like crazy like Wednesday music.
Her pet was in the back or something, right? Her cat, was it?
No, I don't think so. But we were looking at how cool her wall was.
Yeah,
she had a Ouija, So Amanda, you can hear that we're fans of yours, which is going to disappoint someone else in this thread who said you're her number one fan. You might be Amanda Millar's number one fan.
Is James Hetfield sent you a question?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
Amanda said, I think this is more for me. What is a dream art project for you? Like maybe in a medium you've never used, or like something so big it seems impossible. I am afraid to answer this question because I know as soon as these lips articulate words, it puts it in the universe and it puts it into motion, and it's probably going to happen. Like that's my like belief in myself nowadays.
So you're literally afraid of your power.
Yeah, but also like I don't know if I'm ready yet. I feel like the project I want to do is a mural. And I want to do one of these on these buildings that we have. Polish have wonderful mural work and even like graffiti that they put on top of these long, tall concrete buildings, because there's a lot of them. And I want to do one that kind of shows the experience of an immigrant in this country. And I don't want it to just be negative, but I want people to see that it can be two things, and that like I feel that art makes it so much easier for people to connect with each other, because I feel one of the now we're getting political. One of the issues I feel in this country is because people don't look like me, they find it very hard to have empathy with me. And I think the war has shown me that in sharp like relief and contrast, that people who don't look like Polish people, the narrative that I feel I'm seeing, don't get the same treatment because they can't identify with them.
True.
And I feel like maybe art could like bridge this gap, maybe, and show like my experience here, like how much I love this country and how much I want to be a part of it. But I can only be a part of it as much as people let me be. Sometimes that's what I feel. I know sometimes people don't matter. A lot of times people don't matter. But on days when I really want to like learn the language and speak the language better, it's very difficult for me when I go and then I see like 20 racist comments. And I know that people who are racist and homophobic and hate women or whatever are always louder, because those people will scream the loudest for some fucking reason. Some days I'm human too, you know, and it's really difficult to get past that. I don't know. I just maybe want people to see that I love Poland as much as they do.
That is really cool. So really a mural that would be both like your gift, as in a piece of art for everybody to enjoy because it's available for everyone, but also statement.
Yeah, but also I just want to stamp on there my South Africanness.
Right. And when you, maybe it's a weird question, but you know these murals that are like high buildings, I don't know, 10 meters tall murals, or maybe some of those that are on long walls, because in a different way you can tell your story and different way you can impact it. So which one is more appealing to you?
I want to say that I think, first of all, when I paint a mural, I would never be able to paint it alone. Like people have to paint it, right? Like you would have lots of involvement in the project, but I don't think you can physically paint the work yourself for all of it. I wouldn't want to paint everything for all of it. I would like the idea and the concept, to be mine and parts of it. I would want the tall building because I feel that people often look up to the sky. And even though a story is more of a narrative on a wall, this story is not a story that reads from left to right. It's a story that is present at both times. So it is both things. It's like it has a polarity. Right. And I think a vertical building would show that. I don't want to say the good side and the bad side, but the things that are not so nice and the things that are beautiful. And maybe in the middle, there's a convergence of that. Convergence of that.
Difficult word, right?
Yeah, very English hard.
No,
But
don't
yeah.
tell me.
So thank you for asking me that question. I didn't even know I had that answer inside me.
Surprisingly, that was the first question I thought of when you say you want to paint a mural. And I thought, up or sideways? And I just... I don't know why, but it's just how my mind went.
I love you.
Yeah, love you too.
Amanda also said, plus I think that every clip I've seen of you two expresses an amazing and comfortable relationship that just seems like a joy to live. That really means a lot to me, because it is. I love spending my time with you. I love being with you. I love joking with you. And I'm so glad that that comes through on my vlogs. One thing that comes through.
I never joke. It's all true. But absolutely, yes. And like it seems like we both said that our comfortable moments are when we're together also. And it means something, right?
It does. Iris Impressions Art.
Who? Oh, of course I know who that is, yes.
I love everything you do. Oh, I don't think she means you. I think she just means like
I
general.
don't think she's much involved in my work, of course. Yeah, it's probably more for you.
Also, Michał is hilarious. And also my number one fan, of course. So more of him is a great idea. Because sometimes when you put on Iris's vlogs unsolicited, I don't ask you, and you do it like you're doing it like a treat for me, but you're the one that's watching.
Yeah,
I take pictures of you and I send it to Iris, and she's like, aha, my number one fan.
I enjoy Iris's vlogs. Yeah, they're quite cool as in like when we're watching Vlogmas times.
Yeah.
And it was like these. I like watching daily situations, and then it's work, and then it's. I like when she's playing games, so just to see what she's playing now.
Yeah.
And this time, like when she was playing Witcher, and it's like, yeah, I know this moment, I know this cutscene and whatever, because I played it so many times. No, it's just, and I know you two work together so much, right? So it's kind of given me a window also into your world. Yeah, that's all I want to say.
What is your biggest struggle at the moment with regards to your art?
I think that's a question for you again. I don't think...
What I'm struggling with at the moment is I am painting eggs. And the struggle is not in the painting. Sorry to interrupt, just to make sure, not you're painting eggs like the shell on the eggshells. You're literally on the paper you're painting eggs. I'm painting like fried eggs.
Right.
Almost on the paper. And the difficulty that I'm having...
Because Easter is coming, right? And you know you're going to be painting eggs as well, probably.
Yeah, malowanie, pisanki.
Tak.
Mm-hmm. That means painting Easter eggs.
Yeah.
Because my Polish is hello and welcome to another Learn Polish lesson. We should do a Polish podcast.
Wow, okay, that would be a lot of complaining. It's a national sport.
Okay, I'm painting a lot of eggs, and I feel like, first of all, I need to finish the journal in order to share the work that I've been doing. Okay, and there's a lot more to finish in that journal. I don't know why, but I feel like when I finish the journal, then I can share it because it's like a complete body of work, and I don't have to... I don't know what it is, but the problem that I'm having more than that, because I just actually shared a picture of one of the eggs today, is I don't know how to explain to people that this is simultaneously just fucking eggs and something stupid, but also something really deep. I've been dealing with two things in this journal, and one is the death of my brother, and the other one is this feeling of trying with someone and like kind of saying like I tried with you and I'm kind of done with the trying with you.
Right.
And it's been those two emotions which have both been like familial. But I would say that the death of my brother is always a very difficult thing to deal with because I've got so many decades of just unpacking to do. And I only really started the year that COVID hit with dealing with this and dealing with it through the death of other people and art. And yeah, I don't know how to explain that to somebody because if you look, like literally, you saw that one egg that looks like a butt, right?
Mm-hmm.
And next to that is something that I wrote about my brother, like the year 1996. Like, it seems like nobody knew, but I did. You know, that he was gone and what it meant. Like, the world stopped. And then on this, like, next to it, it's a but. And it's irreverent and it's me. But how do I explain that to people? And I don't know why I feel the need to. And that's what I'm struggling with.
So you can cut it out if you want, but like, how would you say, how is this process going for you? Coping, healing on this particular material from the past?
I won't cut it out because it's something I often try to speak about on the podcast. And when I edit, I remove, like if I said like my brother passed away, I don't think I've ever really said it out loud to anybody in this art community besides Iris.
Right.
And maybe it's on my blog. I am so scared of this particular story. And after my brother's death, I've also got my dad's death. And I don't know how deep the hole goes. And I'm so scared that if I start digging into the hole that I will never get to the end of it. But what I'm coming to understand is that there is no end to grief. And I saw this analogy that grief is like this really big ball in a box. And because it's so big, it keeps on hitting a button against the box. But as it gets smaller, the likelihood of it hitting that button becomes less and less. But when it hits that button, it still hurts. Problem is, I don't know the size of the box and I don't know the size of the grief. I would say I am more open to exploring my brother's death and the grief and all the things around it ever since I started doing art. But it hasn't gotten easier. And it's still a very difficult thing to do. But I'm really grateful that I can do it. Because why?
No, right.
Okay.
Yeah, I get it.
Did I talk too much?
No.
Talk less. Smile more. Is your bum getting sore?
No, but I don't think you can sing that unless you give them royalties or whatever.
Oh, please, Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Yeah, this guy.
What art supply is exciting you at the moment? This is from Iris.
I think that's again for you. Not so many that excite me.
Gouache. That's actually something I've started. I told you recently as well that I'm really enjoying using this gouache that I got. It is such a cool medium. And I think I've only started exploring it. So yeah, to keep it short and sweet. Gouache. Gouache. Should I try one more time? Gouache. Jayo, I might not be saying it correct, asked how did we two meet, but which we discussed at length. Is Michał a creative person too?
I think that's a question for you. So how do you see that?
Well, I mean, you answer. You're sitting here. Are you creative or not? I know how I see you, but maybe you want to say how you see yourself.
No, I don't think I am a creative person, no.
Of course you're a creative person. You play the guitar, ding-a-ling.
Was that how I played the guitar, or was it...
Ding-a-ling, ding-a-ling,
yeah,
ding,
okay. Well,
ding.
No, I don't see myself as a creative person, no.
Okay, well, Michał is creative. He plays the guitar. That's like the classical creative kind of things. But also, he's a creative in the solutions he's finding at work every day. And he's creative in the way that he finds ways to communicate with other people that don't speak English too well. I mean, some of the ways you even interpret emails, like I can't understand them. And you have to be quite creative to understand. So you are creative. Boom, roasted.
Boom, roasted.
Have you ever created together?
No, I don't.
I mean, we've made sweet, sweet love together.
Okay. Yes, but I mean, I don't know.
Well, we did the pigeon class together, remember?
Yeah, we did that. Oh, yes, we did the pigeon class. Yes.
That was very cool.
Yes, I really enjoyed that.
Oh, and we also made a junk journal together.
Yeah, that was a bit more difficult.
But I mean, the part when you were scribbling in the pages with me.
Yes.
That was very cool.
That was nice, yes. Yes, but so generally not often, right?
Yeah. What do the two of you not share in interests? This is another one from Amanda. That's difficult. Oh, I can say now, we're both interested in Dungeons and Dragons, but I cannot stand the Critical Role campaign you're watching.
And I really like the Critical Role. I really like
Dimension D20, Brennan, Lay Mulligan, all the way. You want to have a rap battle?
I really like Critical Role. I really enjoy these videos.
Matt Mercer. I wonder if anybody plays
He's a really good master. Come on.
He
He's
is.
a really good guy.
But otherwise, like what we like, we're quite respectful. I mean, I like rap and hip hop definitely more than you do, but you still listen. We're quite respectful of each other's tastes.
Yeah, sure. I would say I listen to more maybe heavy music than you do, but I don't think there is that much. Maybe it's also in a way that like we both play video games sometimes, but I definitely play
Yeah,
more
you
and
play
different than
more.
you. Like we even play different instruments, like when you play kalimba
Don't expose me.
and you play harmonica, kalimba.
Anything that makes noise, I play.
I should just get
Have
you
you
a drum
noticed
set.
that?
Yes, well, trust me, yes, I have.
Ashley Valentine 15 asks, how did you develop your own art style? Was it difficult? That is a really good question, and it's a question that's very important in this art community. I developed my art style. The first thing was I needed permission from someone because I'm a person who still needs a lot of permission. I'm working on that, but I needed permission from someone to break away. I was desperate to do it. And Iris, who at the time was my art coach, gave me that permission. I think Iris still does art coaching. If you want to check it out, I mean, obviously, I am definitely not paid in love, in kind, or anything else to like punt Iris, but she definitely was the catalyst to me like getting that permission and then like just running with my art style. If you look at my Instagram, which is something I did last night, you will see the shift from doing other people's lessons and like the very pretty. It was like literally like the flip of a switch because that's what it was. And the only way to develop your art style is just keep painting. Paint and sketch and paint and sketch. And you don't have to share every single one of them. And just keep on. If you find something that you like, repeat it, repeat it, repeat it. If you want to draw in somebody else's influence, draw something that person did, put it aside, carry on painting. It will come up the way it's supposed to.
Now, you often say that it was a bit silly, but this permission that Iris gave you, like verbalized this permission for you. So without it, what would it be?
I think if Iris didn't verbalize it, I might have eventually got to where I am. I wouldn't have got to where I am as quick as I did because it was very quick.
You've been going around asking other people for permission?
No, please can you give me permission to paint bats?
Just everybody in the street.
Hey sir, would you like to give me permission to paint an ass? No, babe, you need to understand, like culturally, it's always like you're not allowed to go there until somebody tells you. Don't touch this, don't do that. You know what I mean? And as much as my parents raised me to be quite a free thinker, I still have a lot of like cultural shackles and everybody has all of these different like layers and tiers on them. And a lot of people need permission. Someone said to me, live your life like you're a cis male. She said European. She wanted to say
Cis?
white. Cis, man.
Oh, okay.
Don't use saying cis. People are going to think you really don't know. And then they're going to say, educate yourself.
No, I misheard you.
Nice profile picture.
Oof, wow. Right.
Send me links. Yeah, so I needed permission. I painted, just paint. And no, it is not difficult. For me, it wasn't difficult. Okay, sorry. Maybe somebody else might find it difficult, but it was just such a pleasure to discover what was dark and waiting within, or weird and waiting within, or just stupid and waiting within.
So if you want, you can use this opportunity and give permission to everybody who might be listening and still didn't get that from anyone in their lives.
Well, we did this on the podcast, I think, the other day, but Larissa also did it on her podcast with me, and she said, I give you permission to do all of the things ever, and I give everybody else giving permission, and I give you permission to give everybody else permission.
Sincerely.
So Larissa Russel, Iris Impressions, every person in the art world, and Tamara SAGATHEVAN. I give you permission to be your weird self. Do it. People need weird people like us in the world.
That is true. Definitely need weird people. That's actually interesting. If you think about it, the games we play, the music we listen to, the stuff we watch.
Yeah.
There's a surprising amount of like
Weirdos.
weird or quirky stuff. Not weirdos, but as in maybe it just seems so that we're just surrounded with so much, like stuff that we just value, things that stand out.
I always think like for people like you and I, that I don't know if I would call you quirky, but I do think you like a lot of quirky stuff. Yeah. But our house is awfully beige and characterless for two people who are actually quite quirky or enjoy the quirk.
It is, but I don't.
But I like it this
but I
way.
never really cared, to be very honest, like that.
Well, I think sometimes it's really nice to have your space be kind of a reflection. I think it's important if you maybe never had a space.
Very honestly, which room is the most beige in the house?
My room, in terms of the wall color.
No, in terms of general.
Like the most, minimalist.
Yes, the most minimal is the most not furnished, the most not.
Your office.
I would think so.
I would think our bedroom.
Oh.
Our bedroom. Actually, our bedroom, our lounge, and your office. My room is the like chaotic space in the house.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
What, you going to talk about my bed? You want to go into the things you hate about me now?
No. I don't think we have the time.
Do boom roasted.
Is there more questions?
Here we go. It's from Annie Claxton. So I was watching that live the other day, remember?
Right, yes.
So this is the auntie that runs the stream. Her name is Annie Claxton, and she's on there with her son sometimes.
So many famous friends.
I don't know if I'm their friends. Okay, I am. They love me. I think that would be okay, because I thought it was going to be cringy to do this with you. And she just assured me that it wasn't, which was really nice of her. Question for Michał. What are the best and worst things about living with a crazy artist? So, yes, Annie likes me, but she thinks I'm crazy.
Surprisingly, that is a very difficult question to answer. Because maybe I'm just used to living with you that I don't see them. But I would say, like sometimes when you get into a space of work or mindset of work where you just want to finish something, and then you like go on for hours on hours at your desk, like doing something that you're passionate about or that you just want to finish. And then some days you don't have that streak, or you have finished something, and some days you just have very different energy, like this, I don't want to do this today. And I think you have this ups and downs sometimes, whereas for me, for my work, I more or less have to be quite consistent every day, like with the emails and meetings and whatever. So I think that we have, when we work together at home, then it's sometimes two very different energies, like you going up and down, I think, depending on where you are in your creative cycle. And me that's trying to be like stable, and then it depends on which phases align. Can be good or can be bad sometimes.
Yeah, when I go hard.
Yeah.
I go really hard. Like
but it's
forget, like I won't do the dishes. And I mean, of course, we share responsibility, #equal rights. But I won't eat sometimes.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Not even the cleaning, like that's not what I meant. Like,
no, but like the house goes to shit.
You don't drink, you don't eat, like sometimes you don't.
Oh my God, I'm gonna sound like what's the word? Like you know, like artists are like unhinged, like that. I'm gonna sound. It doesn't happen all the time. It happens on the. I don't know. Is that an up or down?
That's interesting. What is a nice bit, for example, is every time I'm going on a business trip, and then when I'm already there in the place that I'm going to, I open my wallet, and there's usually a note from Tammy that just says something. just have a good trip, like we love you, we miss you, and it's always or a drawing or like some small art piece as well included in that, and I think that's a really nice side of being with a creative person.
Okay, do you which was your favorite drawing?
No, I don't. I don't have them lined up in a hierarchy like this.
Let's.
Yes, I like a lot of them, and they're very often like sometimes like really silly, sometimes like more serious, depending on also, where we are in life. But I really enjoy that always opening, and there's a nice surprise.
Okay, I'll make sure to keep on doing it. Sometimes I don't do it, and I love doing it. I love sending you away with this like little
Yeah, I'm going away next week, remember? So
Yeah, but you're going away so many times, and I have to keep
so
on
many
making.
times, yeah.
I'll just photocopy it. I didn't know that my ups and downs were actually like that impactful on you, to be quite
It's
honest.
not even that. It's just something that I noticed, as in that's something that we worked out, right? How to do that. That we both at the same time are able to do our stuff
Mm-hmm.
and not. We often talk about this, like, oh, you have different energies around the house when you have like this strong energy going through something, like finishing your work or going like being in this creative block. That's also an interesting energy sometimes that you have when you're in creative block and you cannot do something. You need to like bounce off ideas, and if I'm then doing something, then I cannot give you the soundboard that you need, or whatever you call it, the support that you need, right? But it's always interesting to see how your different phases, my different phases, how that meets and what's the product of that. It's not, not saying it as a bad thing. It's always, I think it's something we just made it work, right?
Yeah, I just never thought of it like from this outer perspective almost, because I'm so deep in it with you. Like that was a really good question actually. Like just thinking about this, like even the days when I'm feeling really apathetic and like what's the point of what I'm doing, and I do have those days. Whether it's hormonal or not is just another story, but where I just want to spend like the whole day in bed, like I don't want to get out. That surely also has an effect on you. But I don't see it from that outer perspective because I'm so deep in it sometimes. Like here with you.
Yeah, that was indeed a good question. Who asked that question?
Annie Claxton.
Right.
So
yeah.
from the live that I was watching.
Thank you, Annie.
I just, by the way,
Annie, are you okay?
please tell everybody, Annie, are you okay? What's it in Polish, please?
Yeah, so when we were growing up, especially, I mean, nobody really spoke English in Poland when we were children. So when communists fell in Poland, and we all started hearing the music from abroad, and of course Michael Jackson was super popular, and we started listening to Smooth Criminal as well. Smooth Criminal. And instead of Annie, are you okay? Annie, are you okay? What people are singing and are still singing, it's Ani Keczułoki. And actually, even if you type it into YouTube, maybe you can just put the wording in the description to this to this piece. It comes up with Smooth Criminal. Ani Keczułoki.
Yeah.
Ani Keczułoki.
I'm quite sure that Annie is okay.
And it's the same, with the same, remember Bombfunk? That was a bit later, but Bombfunk MCs, freestyler.
Oh.
It's the same with Maka Waka Fon.
I don't know if you know that song. Freestyler. Boom, boom, boom. So in Poland, we search Waka Maka Fon, and that's how that song comes up.
It's exactly that. And it's funny, though, because even though people speak English, we still do this. Like, we still make it, even though now everybody understands what these songs are, these songs and the new ones, the people still come up with, like, Polish spelling for this type of English.
I just want to say, like, I'm loving talking to you. Like, I so want to talk to you more, like, in this kind of fashion. Because I'm also thinking about, like...
You never want to talk to me in real life, so...
Get out of here. Thinking about, like, all the quirks of, like Poland. Like, when you ask somebody, do you speak English? And they say, no. But, like, just, like, immediate. Like, how dare you ask me?
That's why you're asking them, yes. Exactly.
We could do, like, a lot of... talking, but I mean, of course, that's just because we find ourselves interesting, or I find my own self and you interesting. So let's not get ahead of ourselves. Okay, is there any advice you'd like to give before we go? I think we've been speaking for a long time.
Yeah, we have. Well, advice. Well, don't run with scissors, I suppose.
Yeah. Okay.
More. No, I think that's about sums it up for me.
Yeah. Who needs
that's
any more advice creed. After that?
Yes.
Okay, there's nothing I can say. Thank you very much for your time.
Also, animals never had a war, so who's the real animal?
What about...
I better go. Thank you.
Can you give me a quote? Give me your favorite quote.
No, I don't want to say any more quotes or nothing.
Well, you say it
The
next time.
billions of people who listen to this will think I'm stupid. No, and I just don't want to give them more arguments for this.
Okay. Thank you very much for listening to this paint and chat. I hope you enjoyed the video, which I'm quite sure is going to be a portrait drawing of me and Michał as eggs. It's going to be excellent.
I'm ecstatic.
You must be joking.
Yeah, it's exhausting.
You're an expert at making me laugh.
Wow. Yes. No, there's no more.
Okay. So I hope you enjoyed that video or this video that you're watching. I don't know how it's going to work. And I hope that you will like, subscribe, and comment if you want Michał and I to eventually get married. And comment if you want Michał and I to eventually get married.
Is that how it works?
Yeah, why do you think we aren't married yet? Because, like, people haven't been liking, commenting, and subscribing.